Typical Brazilian food. Feijoada. Feijoada is a rich, earthy stew made with different cuts of pork and black bean. It is the national dish and is served countrywide. Traditionally, it is made with offal, saunch, tours, and ears which are slow cooked and the whole process can take up to 24 hours. The name stands for the word feijoa, the key ingredient of the feijoada, which is essentially a bean stew mixed with beef and pork. Its Portuguese origin has made the dish popular across the country, but it is also served in places far away as Angola, Mozambique, and Cape Verde, with receive variation in each country. The most traditional feijoada contains pork trimmings such as pinks, ears, throats, and tails, yet most restaurants in the major sites serve without the extras to care for modern preference. Baitapa. Baitapa is one of the many dishes made in Brazil that are enjoyed around the world. Originally from the Bahia region of Brazil, it has cultural ties with the West African slave, brought the country as early as 16th century. Many adaptations of the dish have been created over time, but the traditional version remains one of the most popular styles in North Brazil to this day. Baitapa is a Brazilian seafood esteemed from bread, shrimp, coconut milk, finely ground peanuts, and palm oil that is crushed into the base. Traditionally served with rice as filling in carrage. Fritters, it often as a popular Brazilian street food or as offering in the Cambodian religion. Cachacas. Cachacas dating back to the 15,000. Cachacas is made from the fermented sugar juice and big quinoa, and the fire kick in Caipirinha's Brazil national cocktail. Coxina. Coxina is one of Brazil's favorite street foods. Coxina is a crispy croquette filled with chicken meat and cream cheese that cleverly shaped into the cheese drumstick. The bread and deep fried. Coxina originated around São Paulo in the 19th century, spread to the Rio de Janeiro and Parama, having now become of the most popular salgados across the country.
This is an internment of Brazil. First, the Amazon jungle, one of the areas that every person who goes to Brazil should visit the Amazon rainforest. It has more hectares than land of China, a lot of biodiversity of both plants and animal species. There are forests that brim with native wildfire, an area remote where indigenous tribes still meet. Recreational visitors to Amazon will stay very close to Manaus, where they will have the chance to see lost jaguars and indigenous tribes. The second is the Encontro das Aguas. The city of Manaus is located at the confluence of two great rivers, Salmos and Negro. Although where the water is limited, it is usually impossible to see. That is not the case of Manaus. Due to the different colors of the two rivers, it's possible to see precisely where they meet, which is the what makes of the Encontro das Aguas in Portuguese. On to checklist, Chismudu, visitors to Manaus.
Place of interest. The Brazilian tourist product is characteristically offered both Brazilian and foreign tourists a diversified range of options, highlighting natural attraction, adventure, and historical-cultural. In recent years, the government has concentrated its official public policy to devote Brazilian tourists. Cristo Redentor, probably the most famous place in Brazil because it has been seen in hundreds of series and films. It is in the city of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, on the top of Cerro de Corcovado in the Tijuca National Park. It can be seen from almost every place in Rio de Janeiro. The view over there is spectacular. Olinda. It is located just 7 kilometers from Recife. It is a beautiful city, nestled between Sete hills in the city. It is presumed that this is the best preserved historic center of colonial Brazil, known for its very colorful structure, Baroque themes, and very narrow streets. A nice place to visit, no doubt. Copacabana probably has the most famous beach in the world. It's a huge beach of white sand and has intricate beautiful coaster in which you can walk and go the likes of juice, caipirinha, coconut water, of those offered by the local staff of the place.
Festivities. Brazil is a culturally rich country. We have many traditions and folklore, and we like to celebrate everything. Most of these cultural festivals become important festivals over time, attracting tourists to Brazil and creating the country worldwide recounting. If after the need to visit Brazil, the question arises, when should I visit this country? The answer is very simple, and it is that throughout the year, Brazil has festivals that show the reach of its culture, and then I will tell you or mention some of these so that you will gladly come and be surprised by the cultural diversity of this nation and one more. Then you will hear a little of this.
Brazil is a very large country and is a culture as transcends the whole world. And as mentioned at the beginning, the celebration have a large number of traditions and culture samples. However, the aforementioned are only the tip of pyramid of tradition and celebration. In the country, science, its culture is rich in belief and tradition, therefore, third in history celebration, such as Rock in Rio, around which is one of the largest music festivals in the world. Rock in Rio takes place every 2 years in Rio de Janeiro, usually in October. The festival lasts about 6 days and brings together big names in music and the famous band in the world. But the question here is this holiday is Brazilian region? And the answer is yes, since Brazilian culture is very attached to music. This is considered for place as a culture festival of Brazilian society. However, on the traditional side, we must not forget about Folia de Reis, which is another festival that represents Brazilian folklore and religions celebration.
Hello, in this section called Do You Know? You and me learn points and facts very important of Brazil. Few minutes ago, learn some facts about Brazil. I can say Brazil is very beautiful place to travel and visit. Another points. In this section, I call it 5 facts about Brazil. So let's do it. The first fact is Brazil has 1/3% of the tropical forest in the world. So it's amazing, no? So in the second place, it has the very famous sport in the world. Do you know the beach ball? Or do you like the soccer? So Brazil has the soccer team. It's the only team in the world that win all the cups on the world. Some famous players like Neymar, Thiago, Ronaldinho played in this team. O sea, Brazil. In other context, Brazil it has the second largest Catholic population in the entire world. It is very amazing. So the last one, Rock in Rio. It is a festival very famous in Brazil because attracts 1,000,000,000 people of the world to the Harapecuba. In this case, the musical festival live very famous like the Shakira and the Rolling Stone. It is all. I hope I like it and I have learned more about Brazil. Bye.